These two teams going up against each other here on the grandstand court.
Jackie's getting us started. Looks like a really good match. We've got the number 11 seed Martinez Vich, JMV, and Jackie Kawamoto taking on the 17th seed Duong and Paris Todd.
I really like these two partnerships, Jim, not just from a physical skill standpoint, but a personality, a chemistry standpoint. I thought both of these teams, when the bracket came out, these were what I call danger teams. These teams can beat just about anybody in this field. It's such a strong, deep field here at the Masters.
Absolutely. We're round of 32, and you just look all over the place, and a lot of these matches would be not surprising to be a medal match.
1-1. Early stages of game one. This will be a best 2 out of 3 games to 11. Correctly called, just wide there. Boy, Jim, the wind has really picked up as this day has progressed. Very similar to yesterday when we started out the day with about a 10 to 12 mile an hour wind. Now we're at about 15 with gusts to 28, I'm hearing from the truck.
Hopefully it'll die down a little bit. It was a little worse an hour or so ago. The sun is out.
That's a great move there by Kwon. Seeing that volley had to be lifted to get it over the net gives him more time for that poach. Beautiful forehand finish there.
Of course, what's interesting about this, Dave, is both the guys in this match are really good singles players. A little bit more for their singles play than their doubles players, but they're both good doubles players as well.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You know, Kwon and Xiaomei have really dedicated themselves over these last 6 to 9 months to their doubles game, and now they are significant threats, both in men's doubles and in mixed. You do not want to be facing these guys in these brackets.
Pablo Tejas and Zoe Wang, you're needed on court SC4. Second call for Tejas and Wang to court SC4.
I really like the Ernie move by Kawamoto. You know, over the years, both Kawamotos are known as great dinkers, great defensive players, excellent resetters, and they've really tried to work on their offensive game. And one of the offensive shots you have in pickleball is the Ernie. I always felt that they could make that move. They have tremendous athleticism. That's a great serve. Ball really stayed down. The other thing I like about the Ernie and mix with the woman making the Ernie move is it forces the ball back to the middle or cross court. Yeah, that was all set up by a phenomenal counter from Paris Todd off the Xiaomei speed-up backhand. Excellent hands. Way to be ready. If you watch Paris Todd play, she always has that paddle way in front of her body. And when she hits that volley, if you watch, her upper body is always going forward. And that's how she gets so much more power and good depth on those volleys, is she gets her upper body into the shot.
Kawamoto and JMV choosing not to unwind the stack.
Excellent speed up there by Kawamoto, taking Todd by surprise.
Looks like Jackie's staying home again. Nice play. Jackie going, Q going for the poach. And then we'll go back to stacking.
3-4-1.
Todd doesn't miss that two-handed backhand very often, her favorite weapon.
4-4-1.
Tied up, early stages of game one.
GMV with the great.
He's going to try to speed up balls to her and try to get into that hand battle.
Yeah. Second serve.
And Paris Todd with some of the best hands you have in the whole women's game.
5-4-2.
But I do give Jaume a slight advantage in that hands battle straight up. And there you see it again, trying to initiate.
Point.
Boy, this has a feel early on of a three-setter to me.
Yeah, you and I were talking off the air as we were walking on court, talking about how this match, we knew this was going to be an absolute battle. Wouldn't be surprised at all if we saw a tight match go to 3. And I love the activeness of Jaume here early in this match.
He is so quick.
7-4-2.
Short on that one.
That's a really good return by Q, getting that ball not only deep, but with a lot of power and a lot of spin, made that drop tough to handle. It's a violation. She touched the net, I believe. They might challenge this. Game 1 here on the grandstand court at the Masters.
Time in. 4-7-2. Tied out.
Yeah, Duong very frustrated with himself
7-4-1.
with that drive. Usually a big strength of his is that attack drive, both on the forehand and the backhand.
Nice. Let's go. Second serve.
Excellent job, Jim, there by Paris Todd, getting that ball deep in the court with a lot of power and a lot of topspin.
Yeah, she's been practicing a lot. I've seen her out here a lot with extra practice with Hunter Johnson.
Let's go.
Yeah, the wind's going to keep that down. When he first hit it, my first read was the same as Jaume's. That ball's going to be 3 feet out, but it just died. And all players are chuckling, knowing that the wind just killed that ball, landed easily in.
And that's going to sail along with wind. It is pretty much a downwind from JMV and Kawamoto's side. They're downwind. Todd and Duong going against them.
That's a good drive there by Paris. Took a little of the pace off and added some spin, so it was really descending by the time it got on Kawamoto's side.
Yeah, that's a good point, David. We were having a discussion yesterday with the wind about which would you rather be into the wind or against the wind. And there's some advantage and disadvantage to both.
Great finish there.
Yesterday, the downwind side was winning most of the games.
Yeah, my feeling is there's a huge difference between singles and doubles. So in singles, I want to pick the side where I'm downwind, where the wind's helping me. That's the third time that he's been able to speed the ball up off the bounce to be sometimes into the wind. And the reason for that is your third shot drops so much quicker into the kitchen.
Yeah, that's true.
So for me, it's a big difference wind-wise whether it's a singles match or a doubles match.
Yeah, I do like to take advantage of topspin into the wind with the dip, but sometimes it can be tough if it's you know, a stronger wind like we've had some here. You see there where Paris's serve return normally would have been close to the baseline. He was only a couple of feet past the kitchen line.
That's a really good leave there by Paris Todd. Without the wind, that ball's in, and the wind just pushes it just long. Good leave.
Oh, that was a nice drop there by J&B.
So that brings us to a game point here at 10-6-2. So I really like the move by last two plays by Duong.
0-0-1.
Meg Marion, you need it on court 6. Second call for Meg Marion to court 6.
So after this change of sides, now we've got Kwandong and Paris Todd playing downwind, about a 14-mile-an-hour wind right now. And let's see how that affects play here. I can tell you, after playing on this court last night, Jim, it's like two different courts depending on the side you're on. So let's see if the players can make the adjustment.
I think we can expect Q to hit a lot of drives off of this side. Try to get a little extra power. Jack Kawamoto, very steady defensive player. The difference to me in that game one is sort of what you didn't see. You almost didn't notice Jack because he played so steady. No mistakes. Really good cross-court dinking.
Yeah, she's so fun to play with. You know, I've got a chance to play a lot of rec games with her over the years, and she's just so fun to play with, easy to get along with, an excellent communicator.
As soon as I say that, of course, she misses the cross.
Yeah, the announcer kiss of death.
Yeah.
But just a very, very supportive partner.
No, she just played a very clean first game, and then
Galuli and
J&B
Sam
supplied the
Nichols,
offense.
you need it at court 5. Second call, Galuli and Nichols to court 5.
I think a little wide.
Interesting there.
Not a play you want to do very often.
And Duong just not seeing the ball clearly today. I've seen a series of unforced errors from him that are uncharacteristic.
Well, I was watching him play singles earlier against Julian Arnold. He did have a little bit of an issue with low backhand volleys. Julian hit a lot of rolls to his low backhand.
Yeah, there you go. Great return, followed up with an excellent backhand volley. So let's see if that gets his mojo going here in early stages of game 2 on the grandstand court.
A little bit long. That serve.
1-2-1. Second serve. 1-2-2.
No!
No. Nice. Wait. Two.
The ball was called on the line. To me, it looked wide, but Jackie called it in right away. And Jaume asking the crowd if they saw and laughing as he's asking. That's a good volley there by Jaume. Got that ball down and made Paris really have to lift that ball. Forced that error.
2-3-1. Yeah. Second serve.
Really good power two-y there from Kwon.
2-3-2.
There's the athleticism of Jaume. Jaume among the men.
3-3-2. Point.
He's got a lot of competition, that's for sure. But,
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a good vote.
Tyra won easily among the women.
Paris is a very, very good mover in her own right. I enjoy watching her play singles. She's a underestimated mover, a very efficient mover.
No, all these players have been playing well. Paris has been playing well. Jaume was the MVP of Challenger Premier. Q obviously had that great year filling in for Texas. And Jackie was super underrated playing for New York MLP.
Yeah, so now we're starting to see Paris getting the upper hand on some of these hand battles at the kitchen line.
5-4-1.
5-4. Wow.
She is challenging.
I think. Backhand side. He sits backhand. He loves his little backhand counter. Also loves his backhand flick. Just saw that great two-hander.
Who's on that?
Yep.
Missed it.
That one she got just low enough to get away with it.
6-4-2.
Great reset there.
I question that decision there.
That's pretty tough downwind.
The last second it clipped at the line. She wasn't physically or mentally prepared. She just flicked up a short lob.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, that's a good 1-2 punch with Kawamoto setting up Jaume for that high forehand. Excellent finish there by Martinez Vich.
5-6-1.
There's another one where you mentioned earlier how Duong just seems to not quite be seeing the ball quite correctly.
Yeah, we saw this yesterday with a number of players on this side miss-hitting volleys.
I wonder if he's, I didn't notice if he did, but sometimes it's caused by lifting your head before you've hit the ball.
6-6-2.
We're all square here. That's going to clip the tape and sail just wide, so another point gets them 4 points away from advancing here in mixed pro singles at the Masters.
Well, I'll tell you, David, if you had to pick somebody who had the best fundamentals for pickleball, I think you know, Jackie Kawamoto might.
I also think Kwame and Paris is a terrific partnership that we might see more of as well.
No. There we go. Side out.
I don't mind the speed up there. He just overhit it a little bit, thinking the wind was going to knock that ball down, but it was so low and so much pace on it, the wind didn't touch that ball. You're welcome.
Ball rolled under our commentator's desk. Dave managed to fish that out. Good job. Our future is a ball.
So 6-8-1 here.
I think the difference in this match, I mean, it's a good close match. And then Jaume supplied a little bit more offense than Duong has.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really close, but
Jaume has inserted himself into this match extremely well. I like the decisions he's making. You know, mixed doubles sometimes for the man on the pro side. So much of it is decision making, you know, how far to come over, when to poach, when not to poach. I don't think people realize how many decisions are actually being made in the course of a point.
and split-second decisions.
And as Jaume has matured as a player, especially on the doubles side, I feel like his decision-making is so much better. You know, historically, he's been known as a singles specialist, but I think that all changed in 2024. And, you know, he used to play some with Wyatt Stone, and they had a couple of really good tournaments together. And his partnership with McGuffin was pretty successful.
Oh.
I don't mind the decision. I question the execution, but I don't mind the decision. She's got to give a little bit more margin on that drive, especially with her topspin.
It was a good lob. Paris did a good shot of it.
Oh, that's terrific play by Paris. Oh, the point of the match so far. What a battle.
That was a good battle.
So that gets us all square at 8. Q and Paris trying to take this game and force a deciding game 3.
Oh, a great recovery there from Paris.
Excellent drop there by Q, putting the pressure on, and an excellent timeout here.
And especially to watch the power of the singles players sometimes. I love to be close to the court so you can really see how you can rip the ball.
Good shot there by Jackie, getting that ball at Q's feet and making that a tough reset.
9-8-2.
Second serve.
This feels like a big point right here. And good side out. See if they can convert it.
2 missed drops by Q in the net.
8-9-1.
Thinking that wind was going to help him, but didn't touch it. And there's another miss hit.
Nine,
9-9.
No! Yes!
Kawamoto got the ball that she wanted.
Yeah, she just couldn't quite get on top of it. Too much of a push. Pushed it along.
9-9-2.
I'd question that decision there by Jaume. That ball was about his right knee, and that's when he's got to be a little more patient for and wait for a better opportunity to attack.
Happens sometimes though. He hit a shot where he thought he had a winner and it came back. So sometimes you're just in attack mode. You don't expect the ball to come back after you hit a really good attacking shot. You're sort of in attack mode and you're going to attack whatever comes back. But sometimes the ball that comes back is not attackable.
That's a really good play by Jaume. Took the pace off it, rolled it with a lot of topspin to get the ball down to Q's left foot.
Another chance to close it out here.
Yeah,
nice.
Q's dink just floated a ball too high, and that's all it takes for these athletes to be able to attack that ball. And an excellent finish by Jaume will get them to their first match point.
No.
A little impatient there from Jackie. If I was Kawamoto and GMV, I like the longer points. They seem to have an advantage with the long points. You need to speed up too quickly. Wow. And anticlimactic last point.
Yeah, a lot of credit. Jackie and Jaume just came out on fire early, took that first game, and then just a great turnaround in comeback in game 2, and not the best effort for Q. I haven't seen him make that many unforced errors in a match in probably a year.